All right. Welcome back, guys. How you guys doing tonight? And as always, on the nights when we're going to be doing a bunch of dungeons, you are welcome to hop on the Discord if you'd like. It's up to you. Okay. It looks like as far as questing to do, I need to do dungeons next in the main story quest. I can go grab Orm Vale real quick. And I mean, then it's dungeon time. Like, I'd like to give the other guys some time to hop on though. Maybe we should do something else for a minute. I don't know if they're coming tonight or not. But you know what? We got a 5-hour stream. We got lots of time. We could fill some time in before we start the dungeons, I guess. If we want to give them a moment to get on. That makes sense. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab this Orm Vale quest. And then we'll go ahead and queue up for Stone Vigil. You were saying when we get to level 50 and finish the base A Realm Reborn storyline that we're going to have a bunch more optional dungeons? That sounds awesome. I don't think I've done most of those. I think I've done a lot of the ones we're doing now, but I don't think I think once I got to the end of A Realm Reborn, like, I think I did Orm Vale, I did Hawk Manor, I did some of these other ones. I don't know if I did Orm Vale. I did the Crystal Tower raids, but there's a lot of other stuff that I didn't do. Hey, adventurer, wait, do not tell me Nedrick sent you. Tell me this, adventurer. Do you know how the Orm Vale earned its most enticing name? Well, allow me to enlighten you. The cave is rich with sulfur and mithril ore, which through reactions with groundwater combine to exude golden-hued fumes. A beautiful sight, that is, until you realize the damn death clouds are burning your chest from within. If you still wish to take your life in your hands, I'll not be the one that stops you, but do not try to get killed. I've dragged enough corpses out of the Vale to last me a lifetime. Alright, yes. Doesn't really seem like it, does it? It's a more focused string. This one's like +1 to everything. This one's specifically for physical jobs. So this seems better. So let's grab this ring. Alright. Warm veil now accessible. This inventory is starting to get filled up. I'm gonna have to do something about that. It's interesting that it's not saying, hey, you should wear that ring. It's like, no, I just keep wearing this +1 to everything ring. How about we don't? Let's see. Not the best at figuring out rings, are we? I mean, obviously I want to keep on the one that gives me extra XP, but like... I don't get the draw of this +1 ring. Is it going to suggest I take it off? It is. It's like, no, you want the +1 to everything ring. That one's better. Wonder why that is. Tank class, technically that ring's stats are optimized for melee. Yeah, I mean, but like... Right, that's the wrong ring, actually. But like, this one. Oh, I can't wear it? Oh, it's because I'm not high enough level yet. Never mind. That makes more sense. Okay, I can believe that. But like, I don't care if I'm tank or not. There's no way you can tell me that 5 strength, 4 vitality, 5 dex, and 7 direct hit isn't better than 1 to each stat. Anyways. Guess we can go ahead and queue up. Or is this individual? Anything I need to know about any of these dungeons? Is it yeah, I can't even actually do Oran Vale yet. Is there any dungeons I'm gonna have to tank things I'm gonna have to worry about tanking, you know? Pretty basic. These all are like right here, and they're like Theracold, Oran Vale. Where's Stone Vigil? Stone Vigil's over here, isn't it? No, that's Snow Cloak. Where is Stone Vigil? I thought it was in this zone too, maybe not. Just need to get a healer. Oh, it's underneath that. Okay, that's why I didn't see it. Yeah, I thought it was out here. Cool. Starting to get some, you know, greens and blues and pinks in here. You want armor now. Interesting looking. It all kind of matches, which is cool. How long it's gonna take to queue up here without a healer? Been spoiled by all these insta queues the last couple weeks. Interesting. Storm's path restores your health and increases the beast gauge by 20. Storm's eye gives you only 10 beast gauge, but it increases your damage dealt by 10% for 30 seconds. I'm gonna have like 2 finishers to alternate between at level 50, it looks like. Want to buy a healer? I guess it's a good thing we got queued up, huh? Well, I should go do something while we're waiting. Anya, huh? Might as well. Eliminate some of these quests off our list. How many fell cleaves you can use, huh? Fell cleave. This level 54. Deliver an attack with a potency of 590. Nice. Cost 50 per beast gauge. So it's all about building up the beast gauge, huh? Well, this one builds the beast gauge faster. Fuzzy Conjurers build. Gotcha. I have looked upon one of yours, he has stirring vistas, as identified by the explorer Nilith Ironheart. Return to Apakalu Falls and report your sighting. Wow. We looked at it, at this. Saw it. Alright. Up there, huh? Inner release. Level 70. Allows the use of beast gauge actions at cost. Nullifies on duration 10 seconds. Extends Storm's eye duration. And minute and a half cooldown. Got it. Welcome back, Elheim. I trust you were as moved by the sight as I was. The great stone that adorns the entrance to the Stillglade Flame is none other than the Sky Serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Naufika, the matron, so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants, no doubt, of a primeval forest. Whence did they come? Why do the two great arbors grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty, if only we know where to look. This is what compels me to wander, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but the burning desire to bear witness to all wonders around us, as wrought by gods and men alike. Blah, 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 lookout is a thing. We need to hit this button. Complete. Sightseeing, got it. Sightseeing log obtained. Done vigil time. Sorry, Millith, I got to hold you there. We got a dungeon to do. Ooh. Dragons. So we gotta clear all these dragons out of here and get our airship. Sounds easy to me. What? Who hasn't killed a dragon or two? Am I right, guys? There you go. Oh. Mm-hmm. I like this dude's staff behind me. It looks awesome. It's all glowy. I'm following you guys. Oh, I'm on it. This way. Try and stagger getting all these so we don't get them all quite at the same time. But I also don't want to do them all in separate groups either. A ding! Boom, boom, boom. Which way? Too fast? The chest in here? No. Because I didn't need to come in here. My bad. Thankfully, it's very easy to hold aggro in this game. At least with the warrior so far. I don't remember having any trouble with paladin either back in the day. Yeah, that will change later. D7 is my spender right now, right? Inner beast, yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, what? Couldn't target that guy. He just comes down, does his thing, and leaves, huh? That was different. One downside of my AoE thing is it doesn't build up my beast meter. Single target combo does. All right. So here's the thing. Boom, boom, boom. Then with the big. This, that. This. Boom, boom. Where are you going? Swinge. Shudo Yudo, huh? Where are you going now? He has just like a big frontal attack that he likes to charge up. Done. Fear, huh? All our Dragoon friends are happy. Keep it moving. So looks like we got a named room over here. Where do we go, guys? Is it this way? Or is it this way? Which way am I going? This way, okay. I don't know my way around. Oh, this again. I know better than to get distracted by that guy this time. He isn't actually here. It's more like a floor trap in the hallway or something. Okay. Yeah, I took some damage there. Whew. The healer struggled for a minute there. Thought I might drop. The boss. The cannons in the room. I don't know if that's pertinent. Pull the boss towards the entrance. Okay. That I can do. Come here, buddy. Whoa, what's going on out there? Oh, you guys have to shoot dragons that are approaching from outside? Is that what that is? Awesome. They say people that pull the monsters instead of the tank end up on Santa's naughty list. Christmas is coming up, guys. We don't want to do that. I'm gonna try not to pull the other guy because last time I did 3 ice sprites plus a dragon dude, tank the healer had some ish. Okay. Alright, this is looking like a final boss, maybe. Anything I should know about this one? Oh, cutscene. Voice acting? Look, it's the Enterprise! I hit a button. There's this dragon just chilling down there at the bottom of the cutscene. Yes, just beyond the enormous sleeping dragon. Hey, a blue dragon. Not that bad, not that bad. We can fight a blue dragon. Dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Elheim, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we're ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Mm-hmm. That settles it then, shall we, Sid? I have like blue dragon scale armor. As you command. To intimidate the dragon. They're just gonna sneak on by the dragon, I'm gonna end up fighting it. That's just how it always is, huh? Oh. What's up, bro? So, you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting, most interesting. Well, like I might be related to blue dragons. You are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. And in spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. And he wakes up the dragon. Oh, like, it's gotta suck for other people who aren't watching the cutscene to be like, oh my god, the tank's watching the cutscene. Alphanaut the dragon! Confound it all. Nice. But he's still here. Are we fighting Lahabrea too? You don't fight him yet, do you? Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Nah, he's leaving. Okay. Here we go. Woo. Alright. Boom. General tanking principle, face the dragon away from the party. Other than that, I don't know anything about this particular guy. He has a frost breath. I managed to dodge. He flies. What now? Oh, looks like he's attacking one part of the room. Okay, just strafing runs. I can get behind that. He re-lands painfully. Sure. Takes him away from the party. Seems pretty straightforward so far. Rhyme Wreath. Do I not want to be near him for this? I guess I'm the tank. I just have to deal with it, but that's certainly a charge up to that. Frost Breath. Okay. No big deal. Let's go ahead and burn off some beast mode here. Sheet of Ice. What does that do? Sure. Rhyme Wreath again. He's at half health. Only do the strafing run thing once. There he goes. Okay. He's also leaving circles on the ground. I'm assuming, like, I'm trying to pay attention to these mechanics because I'm assuming if and when we ever get to do like a hard mode, they're going to be harder versions of all of this, or perhaps more complicated versions. Yeah. All right, now he's doing 2 strafing runs. Sure. These little circles stay there. Okay. That might be dodgeable. I think that's dodgeable. A little landing thing that he does. Alright, he's about to go down. Sheet of Ice again. Not sure what that does. And down. Go team. Alright, level up again. I think I'm high enough level for Arm Veil now. Set of Vigil Tacits of Magic. Lockhart. Sounds interesting. Is that a weapon? Is a Dark Knight weapon. Oh, do I get it? Wait and see if we get Lockhart. I only rolled a 33. Did anybody else roll? Nah, he rolled a 66. I'm not getting it. Oh well. Good news is we completed the dungeon. So, yeah. Yeah, I got a commendation. Cool beans. I don't get many of those because we're always doing party runs. Another crystal? From what? I was sitting there going, Garuda's not going to fill up my thing, but what is this crystal for? For beating a dragon? Well, if we give me an extra crystal, Garuda will fill it out. But we didn't actually beat another primal. Unless that blue dragon was a primal. Didn't seem like a primal. Although it did have a lot of mechanics. Elheim, are you alright? Speak to me! Like how my helmet makes my eyes go all black. Shall be praised, I feared the beast had injured you. Are they implying that that blue dragon was a primal? I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of all that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid's working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let's go and see what he has to say. I love how Alphino's like real concern is that not that I would have died, but that he would have had more work to do. God, I almost had to find a new person to replace you. That would have sucked. Really feeling the love here, man. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say I will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set a course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. Yeah, we can't do the Howling Eye for like another 10 quests. This is also familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... That's no use. It's going full galoof on this one. Let's go. I love the like retractable arm with the spinning saw blade on the back of it. I've longed for a more agreeable climate of Twelveswood. Yet it will not deny that the Holy See has its charms. Endless detours aside, our Inchgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising you did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, we must needs be soon. Though I am no expert in the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Found it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements, but of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Excuse me. Though mayhap not to you, Elheim, we speak of a manifestation of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric current, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspected aether comprising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us the Hali in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No. But I know of a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertaint, who resides at Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Elheim, I need you to return to Thanland and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. All this talking's made me on. And now I can just teleport. Yay! The tempest surrounding Garuda reminds me of the cyclone you had to fly up into in Final Fantasy II. Why, yes, I am Professor Lambertaine. Beg pardon, I wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals. Truly. Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss the work with a fellow woman of science. Hard mode dungeons are actually completely different from the base dungeons. The only thing shared is the aesthetic and some of the maps sometimes. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget that. Thinking of like... That's awesome, honestly. Oh, so rare is it to find a fellow intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit, to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you do not wish to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egads, woman, at least take the necessary precautions so as to not suffer from the exposure of its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you've sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Luckily for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystal you seek within this warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Hasako, a student of mine, monitoring the flow of aether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you to the finer points of crystal harvesting. Okay, Highbridge, huh? You just gotta go out there. Well, I think that blue dragon was probably the coolest boss that we've fought so far. Like, it had a lot of different mechanics. It had different floor effects. It had like a little bit of a pattern to its stuff. Most of the bosses in the early game are just kind of like stand there and hit it and it'll die eventually. I look forward to that changing. Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to this Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta thing, just because, like, trying to come up with strategies to beat bosses with a given set of jobs should be interesting. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. What have we here? A containment vessel. Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertain. You thieving knave. I should recall that... Oh, you say the man himself lent it to you. Well, then you must have sought me out per his instruction, which means that he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. What he said. No, this is needed. Oh, Frabjeste, Kalukale. Oh my god, we're quoting the Mad Hatter. That I should be chosen to guide this woman. Yes, I, haha, Siko, greatest of Professor Lambertain's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable. In fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that not but a perfect piece shall satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous mirror-nights lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate small fragments from the large cluster. Place it within the warden pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advanced with appropriate caution, and you shall surely survive. What is this tool? It's a big hammer. Okay, a quarrying maul. This delicate scientific tool. Oh, we gotta go down in here. Into the burning wall. We can go to Burgundy Falls. Okay. Oh, Frabjeste Clay. It's from Jabberwocky, isn't it? Was Brillig in the Slivy Toves to Gyre and Gimbal in the Wave? A Mimsy were the Boar Groves and the Mumroffs outgrid. When they finally kill the Jabberwock, that's what he says. So Frabjeste Clay. Alright. So. Looking for corrupted crystal. Apparently I dissolved the party. I wonder if people are going to show up. It's looking like it might just be us tonight, man. Nothing wrong with that, though. We'll just have a little bit longer queue times. Gotta get down to the lower level here. Thankfully, most of these monsters don't actually aggro. We can just kind of run through here. Mirror Knights is not what I was expecting when I heard the name Mirror Knight. I'm gonna be honest there. I think we gotta get below this. Can I just jump down? No. I have to get to a lower level. This looks like we're heading down. Ooh, that's still Cyclone. I have an AoE spender now. Okay. Wondering whether it's faster to ride out of here or to teleport back to town, but we're just trying to ride out of here. I'm guessing you're doing these quests too right now, huh? I'm good at dipping on the ring. I used to know that whole poem, which was brillig. Looks like we made it out of there. I feel like I remember getting lost in there last time. I'm really excited to get to the point where I'm doing quests I haven't done before. Brillig and the Slivy Toes did Gyre and Gimble in the Vade. While Mimsy or the Boar Groves and the Mumroth's Outgrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son. The jaws that bite, the teeth that catch, the claws that catch. Yeah. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal! Professor Lambertine will doubtless chortle with joy. Chortle. He's still referencing Alice in Wonderland. With joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with the harvesting. Lewis Carroll invented the word chortle, I believe. Like between a chuckle and a snort. Combine the words. Beware the Jub Burb and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his Vorpal sword in hand. Long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the Tumtum tree and stood a while in thought. And while in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the Vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with his head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjeste Kalu Calais, he chortled in his joy. There's Brillig and the Slivy Toes did Gyre and Gimble and the Vade, while Mimsy were the Boar Groves and the Mumroth's Outgrave. But yeah, it's totally just a Jabberwock reference. Random. Alright. Anyways, where are we going? My keen scholar's sense tells me you've obtained a corrupted crystal, am I right? If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal, it is as you desired, the corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-expected aether. Remind me, what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-expected aether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would never have sent you to Hahasco. But what is science if not trial and error, and can you truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Think, woman. Now, you now understand the methods necessary to safely collect the corrupted crystal. Will doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldessian. Baldessian! That means so much more to me now that I realize that that's Galoof's last name. You've heard of them. Well, I don't mean to boast, but I'm a professional. I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you alright? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. Aren't you wonderful? Remember how far into XIV I got? No, we can check. Wow. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not at all common. Not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Sina, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lanaska. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lanaska is where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an imperial castrum. Now that made an amusing anecdote. It was western Lanaska. Pharaoh Sirius, on the Isles of Umbra to be precise. I can't recall the exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dalamud's talons or some such nonsense. What can I say for certain is that she is still in Ailport or attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Sina's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you unprepared for the task. Yeah, we can check. Let's hop on my machinist and see how far along it is. I don't remember. Oh, it's not. Not a different data center, I think. One second. This one? Oh, dang it, my monitor went off. Yep. There you go. That's a cool looking picture. Here we are. It looks like I am level 56 at a Nathic deity in the main scenario quest. Bunch of ironworks here. And a holy rainbow shirt of Amy. Out by Tailfeather. And the Dravanian Forelands. Oh, that's where we were. 20 quests in? Yeah, I don't know. I remember I got to Heavensward and then I did a lot of stuff. I switched to Machinist and I spent a lot of time on that. I'm trying to get these Aether Currents and stuff. But anyways. So once we get to there, it'll all be new. Yeah, I haven't fought any primals in Heavensward. I didn't even know you did still do primals in Heavensward. So we're only like 9 levels away from catching up level-wise. I'm flying through this a lot faster than I did the first time. At least it feels like it. I don't know if it's true. I played it like every day, back to back to back to back the first time, so it might have seemed longer than this, but not been longer. I don't know. I also switched classes more often. And I had to wait in dungeon queues. And as a DPS, oof. Alright. You go to Airport. Bum ba da 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 da. Corrupted crystals. Madam, I have no interest in being the butt of your jokes. If you've no other reason to addressing me, then kindly leave me be. I'll be damned. Professor Lambertine did send you. Beg pardon. It seems we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Sena, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bids you seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... Oh god, it's listening to me prattle on and on. I must have given you this introduction a dozen times by now. As I told the professor with my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharaoh Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I have yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umber have been prohibited at present, for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great detail to the subjects of my questioning. Mayhap you will have better luck wrestling information from these yellow jackets. I've been all but given up on this point. Blah, 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 blah. Talking's hard. Yellow jacket. Oh, what yellow jacket? Here. You startled me. I don't know you better than to speak up on a person at a time like this, or with all the fatuous gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umber. Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Spirits and specters, huh? You're keen on traveling to the Isle of Umbra. Oh, bloody hell's lass. Are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing but death, death, and more death. Alright, so they're dangerous. That's okay. Down below. Down below. Below. The Isles of Umber? What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Sirius, the Isles have become not more than a graveyard of ships, unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory of souls dragged down to the depths with them. Oh, ship graveyard. Right back to Final Fantasy V again. Lovely. Is Shiva the first primal of Heavensward? Elheim, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with the undead, you say? That's very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all travel to the Isles of Umber is restricted, well, mayhap it's considered too dangerous owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius. Yes, well, anyway, While you were questioning these yellow jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, and since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion, it was there that I learned a tale of a man named Skyfern, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first I've heard of someone who actually traveled to and from there, so I was curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. Is that who was behind those bars down here? Yep. I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Oh my god, it is the ship graveyard with the siren? It really is a Final Fantasy V reference. Tell Mimotoa, I'm sorry, give him this. He was right. Or could you release me? Yes, release me. I'll go to and tell her. Let me go to her. Undead, siren, ship graveyard. Straight up Final Fantasy V. What did Skyfern have to say? That's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care much less how much he misses his favorite bar wench. What was that about a man named Mimido? Wait, I know that name. That's the bastard who grabbed my arse the other day in the pub. Well, if I want to give him that feather, it'd be my guess. I'm not going anywhere near that, him in his wanderer's hands. Another initiate, are you? No? Then what are you? Speak up, Missy. I can't hear you. Bugger me. This is what I think it is? No, it couldn't be. You found this, you say. Where'd you say you found it? Skyfern, you say. He was hoping to have a word with the lad, but it sounds like he's not left to twist his ears. He's supposed to help me patch up Ferris Sirius. He was. His company sent me to supervise the lot of them. Weren't getting work done on their own, see? Half of them walked off, half of them ran off, and half of them went up and vanished. Was that? You've been looking for a passage to the Isle of Umbra? Why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of the old Mimidoa. Tell him how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested till you came a-calling. Whole port's up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had Gil, I'd hire some sellswords and let him have it sorted out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper and he'll see you back there. See you there and back. It's Ilyana! So you went and had a word with Mimidoa. I hope the valuable time you saw how fit to waste amounted to something. You mean that disgusting creature was Skyfern's superior? I find it hard to believe, but this bit of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say, it's a relief to work with such an industrious woman as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you will make on the Isles of Umbra, without me. Fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I'll go as well. But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. Deal. Ilyana Tia is a gambler. scandalous. Ah, take me to the Isles of Umbra, she bids, if it's that simple as... Oh, I see you've got a writ of passage. Alright, well then climb board. This doesn't seem bad, all that bad. I'm not saying I'd like to build a summer home here, but oh, hell's with it. Take this pot and go on without me. Harvested corrupted crystals before, right? So this isn't as though you require any assistance. Speak to the man guarding the gate, and I'm sure he'll let you in. Now, if you would please excuse me. Well, this is going great. David! Beg your pardon, madam, but how did you come here? Access to the island is currently restricted. An old pot. I'm not sure I follow. Oh, I see you wish to harvest a corrupted crystal. Sorry, friend, but you have to return empty-handed. The writ Master Mimadoa gave you may grant you access to the island, but only authorized personnel may proceed past this point. Why, you ask? Look it up and see for yourself. When the giant mass of crystal struck the lighthouse, it caused severe damage both in the structure and the machinery within that once powered beacon. Aye, contrary to what the small folk would have you believe, the fires of Pharisaios were not a product of a mage's thaumaturgy or a colossal arcane bomb, but an elaborate contraption fueled by ethereal energy. Repairs are still ongoing, but it's anyone's guess when they'll be completed. What's worse, all work has ceased since rumors of the Walking Dead drove off the entire crew. Now that those rumors are incorrect, I've observed the fiends from a distance at the ship graveyard to the south. What's drawn them here to our shores is still a mystery, though. I'll make you a deal, Elheim. Help me unravel this mystery, and I'll bring you a corrupted crystal. In fact, I shall begin search for one that satisfies your requirements. As for where to begin your inquiries into this situation, it just so happens that a party of 3 adventurers came ashore not long ago seeking to scavenge valuable trinkets at the ship graveyard. I'd be surprised if they knew nothing from the undead's infestation, so it might behoove you to question them. Is all there for taking. 5 bleeding years worth of wreckage in their cargo, but those queer dead things in that voice. Actually, the voice was quite nice. God, that voice, that single fleeting verse, you can still hear it. Stay clear of the southern shore, friend. It took every ounce of my strength to resist. You saw them too, right? Dead people, just shambling about without a care in the world, except when they do seem to care, that is, and start shuffling towards the water. This talk of an alluring voice is disturbingly familiar, as if... But that's impossible. They're all dead, aren't they? But if they have returned, that would mean... Oh, beg your pardon. I was just, thinking about something. Which reminds me, I received word that Master Mimadoa will be arriving any moment. Apparently, he grew frustrated waiting for the sweet young lass with skin as soft as a phoenix down to return, which I'm assuming is you. I don't know what sort of arrangement you had, but you should probably go and explain yourself. What's been keeping you, initiate? Ain't getting any younger, you know. And some honey-voiced harlot's been calling out a folk wandering near the ship graveyard? And sort of the dead know? Bloody hell, this take me back to the days as a cannon boy sailing under old Mistbeard. But they wouldn't dare, would they? Not after the lesson we learned them last time. Bah, they bloody would. They wouldn't be brazen old biddies. Some folk said the first purge would be the last, and I knew deep down in my bones this day would come, and come it has. I had better turn me bum to ear sirens behind all this. Nay, not one of them sanguine variety initiate, and speaking of the other kind, them that's got the feathers and lure sailors to a watery grave with their sweet, sweet song. Oh, but don't in there. No, drowning's just the start. See, even in death, man stays bound to the beast, forced to do her bidding till the corpse can't do it no more. 'Tis a fate I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, except maybe in drink, and I'd regret it after. Any road, 'tis up to us to stop this hell's-born hussy before she stakes another soul. Of course, we can't set you marching off to war without these. The siren don't have no power over man can't hear her song. 'Tis lucky for you I carry a spare pair, and lucky for us both that I'm a superstitious old sod, eh? Well, she ain't coming to us, so we best head over to her, to the ship graveyard and shit. Gotta love the Final Fantasy V reference. It's pretty cool. There's a dungeon here too. A pretty little map. It's basically just go see the siren and talk to a bunch of people, it looks like. If she passes near the shore, she's sure to spy the campfire and come looking. Just no matter of waiting now. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a duty. Okay. Let's do this. Dead man's moan. I'm beginning to wonder if the sly old bugger ain't spun us a yarn here. Quiet, did you hear that? 'Tis her. I have earplugs or something? Look! Or out over the water. She's come, Nishit. She come. Okay. Quick, lass. Shove them plugs in your ears and get ready for a fight. Soon as she realizes you're deaf to her ditty, she'll call in her thralls, and we'll be up to our necks in corpses before you know it. Does it automatically put the earplugs in, or do I have to actually equip earplugs? Would it be a headpiece? I guess we're good. Can I not move? There it goes. Hey, how you playing? How's it going? We don't actually fight her, huh? Is it cold in the US right now? The US is a big place, man. It depends on what part of it. It got a little colder this week here. So I guess somewhat, but not really. It's not that cold. The heat ain't on in my house right now, if that's what you're asking. We had to turn the heat on like Monday or Tuesday for like one day. Hey, another chunk from Echo for the Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta. Cool stuff. All right. Huh? Am I alright? Ha! I'm better than that. Shit, happy as a sailor in a whorehouse I am. Of course, I'd be happy as a sailor in 2 Whatsits if we gutted the songstress, but you can't have everything, can you? She'll not come crooning around here again, though. Not for a while on the road, and if she does, well, we know what to do, don't we? Thanks for helping us. Ah, bugger me, I've clean forgotten your name. Remind me, Elheim. Don't recall having no initiate by that name. But if you're not me old mate, what's your name? Why, I've been so bloody helpful. Never mind. Be seeing you, lassie. Hey man, I'd take the cold if I could. I like cold better than hot. Cold, you can put on more clothes. Hot, you just feel miserable. 53 is not that bad. You mean it was a siren? But how were you able to resist her song? I see. I had heard that Master Rambido was involved in the first purge, but I never actually... Haven't survived an ordeal like that. I can't blame him for carrying earplugs around with him. Anyway, I have something for you. The corrupted crystal you wanted, safely sealed within the pot, just as you requested. Please take it with my compliments. Alright. This is a dungeon, apparently. That's cool. Alright. Let's head on back. Looks like we're getting close to doing Garuda. I do believe. When your house have heating, it's okay. Brazilian houses are not built for the cold, though. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, though, like, my version of cold isn't that cold, you know? Like 60s, 50s, down to the 30s maybe. But, like, I live in the South. It's very rare for it to ever snow here. Like, we don't get that cold. Now, Wisconsin, on the other hand. Is that what you said, Wisconsin? That gets cold. Obviously. Oh, it's you. Welcome back, Elheim. You're looking remarkably hale, I must say, and more importantly, alive. You are alive, aren't you? Ah, the conquering hero returns bearing a gift. Might I have a closer look? Impressive. Very impressive indeed. Yes, I think you'll be quite pleased with this specimen. Congratulations, Elheim. Seldom have I ever encountered a corrupted crystal composed of such a volatile overabundance of fire-aspected ether. What? You wanted a corrupted crystal composed of ice-aspected ether to counteract the effects of a raging wind? Well, this specimen won't help you there. Anyone who knows anything about the elements can tell you that. You'll just have to keep looking, I suppose. Oh my god. Their third level for the night. Shirk. Don't fret now. I know exactly where to find a corrupted crystal comprised of ice-suspected ether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings. Eh? What's with that expression? I thought you'd be pleased to hear this news. This is not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. This is what's even better is that this time you needn't use the warded pot of yours to protect yourself from the crystal energies. Haydn's findings suggest that it's quite safe. Why, you ask? Well, let's just say that it's undergone quite a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, do not let me keep you. It's been a pleasure, Elheim. Come back and see me sometime, alright? To Gridania! Ooh. Ilyana. You're rocking that samurai garb. Looking pretty awesome, actually. I like it. Very cool. Throwing off the cherry blossoms. Very cool. Alright. To Gridania. Going to Gridania. Who's a capital? What is that? Duelist? That's not a class. What class is that? Looks cool. Final Fantasy XIV does have the era. They were added in one of the expansions. My machinist that I made before is actually a Vieira. Apparently, I've been told that somehow this is Evilise. I'm not sure how that works. Doesn't seem like Evilise, but I guess it's Evilise. We'll find out. Like, zoom out. Up a level. Yeah, that's like Pangea Evilise? I don't know. Like, the map doesn't look like Evilise at all. The countries aren't Evilise countries, but I mean, it could be a very, very different time period, I guess. Greetings and salutations, Miss Gilded, I presume. Sina informed me of your adventures in Elport. Terribly sorry for the misunderstanding, though, as Professor Lambertain is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasteful. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing the properties you seek could be found in abundance in the standing courses following the calamity. Alas, that is no longer the case, and while there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found here in the 12's wood, precisely where it is at any moment is more difficult to say. For me to explain, you are familiar with Spriggans, yes? Very little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones. Well, one such creature has an infamously insatiable appetite for single-handedly devouring every corrupted crystal in the 12's wood. Fortunately for you, these crystals take an eternity to digest. Assuming they can even be digested, I am reasonably confident that one still resides in its gut. It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is that this Gilded first consumed a corrupted crystal when... Ah, you couldn't care less about this, could you? To my point, then, Gilded seldom makes his presence felt unless there is particularly fine fodder to be had. Therefore, we shall require a lure, and precisely the sort they will find impossible to resist. Simply placed, his true heart. I shall save the story for the origin of its unusual name for another occasion, outside of the Spriggan's lair, and wait for the opportune moment to pounce. As for the method which to retrieve the crystal from his gut, I shall leave that to your discretion. Interesting. That's White Wolf Gate, yeah. Ooh, mission utilities. Red mage, gotcha. Ah, pray do not sneak up on me like that. I'm grossed in. Wait, what is this? What is God's awful smell? My word, that is breathtakingly beautiful crystal. I see my supposition was not mistaken. Well, I also see you weren't averse to digging through Spriggan entrails for your prize. We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know. This thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. Why so glum, friend? You finally obtained the corrupted crystal you sought, one overflowing with earth aspected ether. Calm down, I jest. It is comprised of ice suspected aether. Worry not. I suppose that joke was in poor taste, considering your previous 2 attempts were for naught. I beg your pardon, Elheim. I forgot to return the crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message for you from Professor Lambertain. Something about a man named Marquess? Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me to have written... I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I have yet to ask you why you needed the crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? Which would reflect poorly on me and my research if it were used for evil ends. Ah, well, perhaps it is best I remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. Macchacid? Close to level 50. Greetings, madam. Do you wish to proceed to invest? All repairs and modifications have been completed, Elheim. Once you bring me that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda. Well, skadoosh. I need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks to be exactly what we need. Worry not, Elheim. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste. The Enterprise is already more than a common airship, but mark my words, soon it will become something greater. Something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do. Alright, man. It's time. Lady of the Vortex. According to my test, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever we're ready. But you must understand, tests can only be telling me one so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I cannot be sure that this will work. I think it's only fair to tell you that there is a small but statistically significant chance that the crystal would trigger a massive... Maybe that's better not that we remain positive. Elheim, I want to thank you for reuniting me with my ship, for trusting me in developing this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I'm not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be, but I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after the mission, but well, you understand. It may not be an after the mission.
There. She's ready.
Voice acting!
Ah, she stirs.
All right.
To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
Engage, of course. Make it so, number one.
Damn it.
Thing in the middle of his head's weird.
I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you. Just how long have I worn these damn goggles? Yes.
Oh, young
I
Sid.
fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. The young prodigy, admired by all, exactly like his father.
His father, huh?
Born and raised in Garlemald.
Reminds me a bit of Balthier's story from 12. Except in that case, Balthier's father was Sid, right? Yay! Magitech armor.
It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same? Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your everything and your loved ones cease to matter?
Meteor became his everything, huh? Interesting. I do have the Evil East Judge look down for the Empire guys.
You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not. Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man with an all-consuming obsession.
Oh, we only see part of the map, right? Like, isn't the Empire on a different continent? Like, that isn't even on my map right now?
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks.
When I get farther into the game, the other expansions, do I get more map? Or have they just not gone there yet? I can view all the maps already, okay.
Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles.
But spoilers, oh. Interesting.
Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home. I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light. It was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pureblood Garleans have a third eye. Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
Looks like a tuft of hair, not a third eye. Pure-blooded Garleans have a third eye, huh?
The Enterprise was made for this. To carry Eorzea's protectors into battle. I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
And so when he has his goggles on his forehead, that little center part of the goggle almost looks like it's a little goggle for his tiny little eye up there or something.
Alfinod, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything. My name,
right.
My people, and my purpose. Everything.
Sid's fully embodying the Galoof trope in this one.
Come. It would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
Instead of a granddaughter, he has an airship. Alright. It's gonna be just me and you, Ilyana. Minus all our efforts, all our travels, it was for all for this. Make ready, Elheim. The end is nigh, be it hers or ours. Howling Eye is now accessible. Oh, I'm not the party leader. Dragoon now, huh? Anything I need to know about the Garuda fight? I remember there was like moving around and hiding behind rocks, and I remember it being really easy on normal. It was on, I played it on like one of the harder difficulties and had some troubles. But I don't remember it being trouble the first time. Hmm. Interesting. This one you can't click on. All the other ones you can look at, not this one. Norvrant. Okay, those ones I know. Necrawl. Orbital Monastery. That's cool too, but I'm more interested in the tactics ones. I want to go there now. Which expansion is that? Now I want to play Final Fantasy Tactics. There's a Final Fantasy Tactics raid? Dude. Dude. Do you fight like the Lucavi as like the bosses or? Dude. I gotta sell all this junk. It's just junk. It's not worth anything. No spoilers. Okay, fine. Ah, it's gonna be a long wait. It's gonna take us forever to get there. Almost as long as this queue. It always takes so long to queue up for these, like, old primals. And the quest gets you there and then just, like, sits you in front of a gate and it's like, okay, do the dungeon. It's like, okay, well, one day I will. Oh, 5 minutes is super short. When I played on my Mechanist, I had the wait for, however, it was either Titan or Ifrit. It was like 45 minutes. I think it was Ifrit. I was sitting in that queue forever. On like hard, I think, and just on normal, like just the beating the main story one. I don't notice the times as much when it's like hard or extreme or something because I'll queue up for it and be doing quests. But when I'm doing the main story and it's like, okay, well, this is the next part of the main story and I'm just like sitting there waiting for it, I pay a lot of attention. Like right now, it's like, I just want to do this so I can move on. One day I'll get through the queue, you know? Yeah, I mean, I could do quests while we wait. I don't have that many quests really to do. This is just, like, housing. This is PvP, this is mining. Go into the gold saucer. Housing. Dyeing your clothes, like... Yeah. Alright, well, fine. You can dye our clothes. You need to go get orange juice. I'll probably just buy it. Oh, the vendor in Vesper Bay sells orange juice? Okay. Well, that's handy. But really, like, instead of using up my Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets, I should just do it next time I have to go to the Waking Sands, which I'm gonna have to do over and over and over again. You know? Fine. Feel like I should pull out Final Fantasy V and start grinding in that. Need some more AP. Crafting tome vendor. Fairy dude. Merchant Minda. Quest complete. What was it again? Drama. Heard we're in the same trade. You're in better shape than me, though. And mayhap the Wanderer's Palace nearly did me in, but boy, was it worth it. The calamity drained near half the water from Bronze Lake, and there it was, the ancient temple of Oshkan. Why's it called Palace? Beats me. I just went in looking for treasure, and me and my feller. It was like a dream, that's what it was like. The water hadn't done a thing. There was gold-framed mirrors, bright as the moon. We gazed upon ourselves, draped in chains of pearl, dancing on a floor of marvel and malachite like a king and queen, me and my feller. A daring do adventurer like yourself wouldn't say no to a chance like that, now would you? Tell you what, go down to the docks west of Camp Bronze Lake, talk to Abazi Charazi, used to be boon companion of mine. He'll ferry you to the pass. Another dungeon? You're one of Alan's, aren't you? That one's got a ghost in her attic, you know. Keeps sending other ventures to the damn place she calls a palace, thinking you're going to bring her feller back. 'Twas 7 of us that day, one of them her feller. My best friend was another. As soon as we walked in, Tomberry attacked. It was dark and we couldn't get purchase on the floor, and 'twas covered in lake slime and in blood. What's more here to say? Only Alan and I made it out by the grace of the 12. Everyone else is dead. Think I'd leave him behind, leave my brother by another blood? If I hadn't seen that Tomberry left? No treasure there, only death. Frickin' Tomberries, oh no. I've said my piece. You still want to go see for yourself? That's your business. I'll ferry you there, for my adventuring days are over, and I'm the boatman of this lake. She thinks they all live, you see, all 5 of them hiding from the Tomberry somewhere in the palace. She tried to flee the infirmary. She told folk about her friends needing rescue, and then she got sly. Ah, poor lost Aline. Apparently we get to fight a Tomberry. Speaking of Tomberries, you haven't seen a Tomberry yet in Final Fantasy. I wonder which Final Fantasy had Tomberries first. I know they have them in 7, right? Do they have them in 5 or 6 though? Curious. Wanderer's Palace and the Tomberries are the main focus of the Scholar job quests. Interesting. Debuted in Final Fantasy V, so we ought to be seeing them pretty soon in our playthroughs. Looks like we're about to find the original Tomberries. Our weapons cache here is about to overflow. We're gonna have to start throwing out all these old axes. There's no reason to have the old axes, I don't believe. No other job uses them, obviously, so no real reason to keep them. We're up to 12 minutes, huh? So the average wait times at the 12 minutes. We're about to hit 14. Where do you sell stuff? If I go to buy, can I just right click on my items? Yeah. Spirit Bond is 100%. Do you want to sell it? Oh, can't let me. I can turn it into materia. If I can turn something into materia, should I still just sell it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, there we go. Alright. Garuda. Who dares intrude upon my sanctuary? Your insolence shall not go unpunished, landwalkers. 12 preserve. She's huge. As I live and breathe. Over there, look. Kobolds? Amonjan? They got the other beast tribes selling Amonjan and Kobold prisoners, but why would the Ixal bring them here? Wherefore come you hither, foolish mortals? Garuda, what are you? We are come to put an end to your reign of terror. Hear you this blasphemy, my children. These landwalkers would bring me low. You who are bound to crawl upon the earth should revere me, for I am the wind. Did we not take to the skies and slip your defenses? We are bound by nothing, Garuda. You think your playthings give you strength? They will not help you here, Landwalker. This is my realm where none can challenge my supremacy. Struggle though you may, I shall slake the roots with your blood and festoon the canopy with your entrails. Slay the unfeathered ones. We shall, as an offering to Garuda, they will serve. Leave the Ixal to us, Elheim. We'll keep them distracted while you deal with her. Do not fail, Elheim. Remember, you fight for the scions of Floriorcia. This worm would die by my own hand. Come then, I shall grant you that which you seek. Right. Creepy! Here we go. Where's she going? Where? Come on. Oh, am I not freaking taunting? Shit. Oh, I hate that. Other ads. And there we go. No! No, no, no! No, 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 no! What? How in the hells? This is my realm. You have no hope here. None. None! Did you truly believe you could defy a god, Landwalkers? My power is limitless, my children legion, and they have rendered me unto me a wealth of crystals. Their gift sustains me, their faith empowers me. None save my children will escape the reckoning, mortals, and those who would have used my crystals to waken the rest shall realize the folly of their faith. Then all shall worship none but me, the one true God. Of course, worship. So long as the X will keep praying, she'll never fall. Then let's stop them. No harm will come to you, my children. This is only the beginning, landwalkers. All who oppose me shall suffer for their defiance. Soon the worms of the forest shall receive my judgment, the desert vermin next. Their walls of stone will not shield them from a tempest. And then will I take my vengeance on the sea lice. Their wooden boats cannot outrun the wind. Tremble, mortals, for I shall visit you all in time, and all shall be mine. All mine. You landwalker, you who dared to raise your hand against me, you shall be the first to pay for your sins, not with your death, but with your life. You will serve me, landwalker, to your last breath. You try and temper me? No, no, I claimed you. You should be mine. Oh shit. Boobs. Like every shot of Garuda. Boobs centered in the frame. Alright. That's a 6th crystal. Light warrior powers activate. Feel a little bit like Ocarina of Time whenever this scene happens. Unlocking all the seals. What are you? What have you done to me? No mortal should possess such power. This is impossible. Nice. No item for this, huh? Alright.
Why do you not tremble at my might? Why do you not beg for mercy? Why do you not die?
We've done it!
Ah! Impossible it is!
Kill you all! Is that all?
Gaius Van Belsar.
O Lady of the Vortex, O mighty Garuda. Of all primals, the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy, you look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country, I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
What?
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this day? Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Well then.
that all? Insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you! Very well.
Seven hells, does she still mean to fight?
Our Lord of the Inferno Almighty Ifrit grant us succor in our hour of need.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crags! Ah, it hurts us so! The pain! The pain!
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to.
She tortures them into summoning Ifrit and Titan.
No. No, this is all wrong.
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
I remember this scene now.
Surrender yourselves unto me. I would feast upon your ether. None shall stand against the wind.
Yep. When suddenly...
Bear witness to the glory of the Empire! It is you who will suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alec had ways of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon, Icon, and despair.
No! No! No!
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
That's fun.
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it not?
Such is the fate of those who oppose the Empire. There will be no warriors of light to save you this time. If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender. Your skills are impressive, but they will not be enough.
"12, have mercy. What chance have we against such an ungodly creation? And who was that armored devil?"
That was Gaius van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and Supreme Commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
Of course. The Black Wolf. How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations. What have you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts, but that was the extent of their aggression.
Damn it, Gaius. Where in the 7 hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments, but the fact remains, Garuda is no longer a threat. While I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side, for the time being at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can. Let us make for Vesper Bay. We shall rebuild the Scions. All is not yet lost, my friend, for we bear the light, and shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
Okay. Well, that was an experience I would rather not have again. Something has been troubling me, Elheim. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage, when Garuda attempted to claim you as your own, I could have sworn I saw... Oh, but I'm not sure. I'm sure I was mistaken. In times of great stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to be misread by even the most inquiring mind. Forget I mentioned it. Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the primals closed until further notice. No beast tribe will dare summon their god, so long as that weapon exists. Truly a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. It almost seems a shame to plot its destruction. It's past time we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. Alright, back to the Waking Sands again. Here we go again. Tell me, Alheim, does odd here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Maybe it's just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. Ooh, hello. Wait! Who goes there? Now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? Alphanod? Elheim? Sid! Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when I was still in talks with the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was back when I came back and I saw... Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start. If Y'shtola hadn't been here to help me. Y'shtola's here too? Yes, she's not here right now, but she's gone to Ul'dah to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalymo and Minfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals. One that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted primal's influence. Powerful though his Allagan weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo. None of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? What? Oh, yes, of course, whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest. Sid sleeps standing up.
Here, feel,
Highline.
think.
And this one, like, instead of the 4 warriors of light, you just have the 1 warrior of light, pretty much.
Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Y'shtola. Helheim, I see you and Alphinaud are safe. And Sid? That we 5 should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It's as if the benevolent hand of Master Louis Soir guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily. Now, not now, when the needs are so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held. Where? The Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona, Castrum Sentry. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we got the new armor. Not better. It must take extra slots. Alright, oh well. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab soda. Then we shall continue the story. All right. Return to Valley. All right. What we got? Crap here. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Elheim. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now the castrum sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable. We may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Pontelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed in the observatorium in Corthus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. I mean, I was trying to, Minus, but I don't know if they're going to come online tonight. I don't know. I don't know. I'm also wondering about my level. Like, I'm going to be over level 50 just doing the main story quest. If I do all the dungeons, God knows what level I'm going to end up at. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. But I'm also thinking about, like, when do I unlock Dark Knight? Is it right when I hit 50? It's not, is it? It's when I have to actually make it through all the extra missions to get to that capital city to get Dark Knight, don't I? Level 50 dungeons get very little experience. Fair. Yeah, you have to actually make it to Ishgard. You can't, it's not just getting level 50. So it's still going to be quite a while before we unlock Dark Knight. And I don't, like, Gunbreaker is like not even, is a different expansion, right? So I wanted to try those jobs out too. Ah, Elheim, the woman who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You are an associate of Ishtolov, but of course, the Lord Jolmont confided in me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Sentry, of what interest have you in all the Imperials? They hold several of our number whom we intend to free. Any information we can provide will be greatly appreciated. I see, that might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led to the castrum, a Hurrian woman and an Elizan man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male and 1 female. It's them. It has to be Minfilia, Orianger, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, we may also be interested to hear about the more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Corthus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, Rogadian and Lalafel, were being seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? Rogadian and Lalafel, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Biggs and Wedge, right? I'll be damned, it's Biggs and Wedge! Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Elheim, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they're captured or killed. And if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry requires substantial planning and preparation, and as such is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the ship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you'd best act now. If, as had been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow scions prisoner in hopes of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such a time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Pontlane said, this may prove to be our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. What level do Gunbreaker and Dark Knight start out at? Do you know? Do they start at 50? Do they start at 1? Like, do I have to level them up again? Garleans. Gunbreaker starts at 60, okay. Well, that's handy, so we'll get there and be able to stay the same level. Ultimate weapon. Dark Knight starts at 30, so we'll have to level Dark Knight up once we unlock it. Got it. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision finally becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured, our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Taunton, your departure for Castrum Occidens at midnight. You will command the western front at Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command on half our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Perfectus. You've earned it, and that will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters, 1 hour. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abalthia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with the Stola. Now, the report to the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of some Zmail Darkhold situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Berselt, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you soon will be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. You stand before the Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. A letter from Lord Pontlane. So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives, by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Well, then let us pray that they are a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Arum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Pirmons. He should be able to assist you. So let's take him to the other dungeons that we could do. Okay. Okay. The Imperial airship. I saw it approach to land with mine own two eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arrived just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Guardians who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness in order to alert our forces. I returned to my post. To find evidence that someone had been there in my absence, and whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large, one small, and if you search the area, mayhap you'll be able to follow the prints to their owners. Mostly just you and me tonight, minus. Helupine might still be here. It says we have 3 viewers. I don't know who they all are. The users in chat. Let's say Helupine's probably still here. Be lurking. But yeah. Slow night. Yay, there's Helupine. So I've got polls up on Discord where you can vote for each job crystal, which job you think I should be able to use when we do the 4-job fiesta run. You want to check those out and vote? Ugh, so cold, I want to go home. Stop! Ah, please don't eat me, I'm not nearly as succulent as I look, and it's all skin and bones underneath, I swear! Elheim, it's you! Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Carlians were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves, and I was hell-bent on evading them. I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw. Thrice! And when they finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Pigs, he isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Track down Wedge, that's wonderful news. Now what of Biggs? I see. Well, hardly surprises me that big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashing he gives Wedge, he's always taking care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold. I have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact Biggs headed west with both Ida and Strolla helping out. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let's meet there. There, I hope, was that Master Garland you spoke with? After 5 long years, thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Elheim. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Kind of crazy. We've had Sid with us for quite a while now, but everyone else is just now finding out. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companions caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I'll bring you a hot broth. Memes about the US election? How are you feeling now then? Stay here as long as you need. Same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have had a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. I've still got to choose what to do for, not next week, but, let's see. What, in like 2 or 3 weeks? 2.5 weeks? In 2.5 weeks, I took a week off to play, Cyberpunk when it comes out, but Cyberpunk got delayed, so I have a week off, and I gotta pick a game to play. I'm still gonna be doing my normal streams at night doing Final Fantasy, but I was gonna do something different during the day. I don't know what. I could do like a Zelda marathon. I could do another RPG. We could do like Persona. We could do a Tales game. We could play the new Final. We could play World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I don't know. I won't be streaming during the day. I just don't know what I'm gonna be streaming yet. Wedge is gravely concerned for his missing companion. Yeah. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Wedge is still alone in the cold with the Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Elheim, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. Or, you know, maybe I'll just play another Final Fantasy game. I could do, like, Tactics or something. I don't know. A gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he's not come here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like the selfless sort, and rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, may have he elected to pass us by. Makes sense. The total Biggs move. Roll 48 and there's a bunch of them. Run! Seriously? Leash! Good. You're not the quest and objective, guys. I guess there was nothing else in here, okay. Elheim, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area. Well, that stands to reason. I suppose seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me, but where in this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? We can't give up, Elheim. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who'll listen, and hurry. Biggs' chance for survival grows slimmer by the moment. Notorious Biggs. Oh geez, don't jump off. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say. If he's not found anywhere in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made it for Whitebrim. To reach it, you must travel through Danifin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying for idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Right? Me too. Don't have any other separate objectives from me at this point, so you'll wait for me to catch up so you can do them together? Okay. Cool. Yeah, you're always going to be faster than me because I'm reading all the text out loud and crap. Our orders will take you back dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Oh, it's while you're here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me! Nice. He's not alone. Kill them all! Magic Vanguard. move. Okay. Why, thanks. Another moment and I would have... Been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Even I shall bear him there with all the haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. I cannot thank you enough, Elheim, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. I don't mention it. We're a family, are we not? Well, yes, it's just... I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe a lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Elheim. I'm lost count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge, gods, it's good to see you two again. Chief, it's you, it's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive. When Alphanot told me of the raid in the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day when I returned to the carnage in the Waking Sand, I noted not a mist in the horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this I conclude that the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by the potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard. When the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off to into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That's the last we heard from them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but it was probably moons, or maybe only weeks. And then without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald. Much to our dread, we knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't likely to leave again. So risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control, and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors, and the rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs' handiwork, like an air... not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Elheim, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Menphilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Rah! Got to level again. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Menphilia and the others. God knows we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. It is as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and south will get us there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Mordona. Okay. Level up by walking into Mordona. Level 49. One more level to go to 50. And Revenant's Toll. Soon to become a new headquarters eventually. Well, not soon, maybe. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castrum Sentry and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. The Garleans are alerted to our company. We cannot know that they will do to Menphilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Ah, it has to be good old-fashioned infiltration. Well, with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Well, I have a mind to walk through the front door. Not the front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Glamont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a great deal about Castrum Sentry. Besides, I've no doubt that he'd want to be of aid. Edith and I shall go reconnoiter Garlean activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had a chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Elheim. Let's go. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you're not enthused? Nothing if not enthused, Justola, and you're beginning to remind me of Papalimo. Looking for Glamont, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. You're looking to get inside Castrum Sentry and you need my help? Something tells me we're gonna get along just fine. So you have friends at Castrum Sentry that want for rescue. The Slothborn knows me too well. You can count on my help. I've got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass an opportunity to get back that whoreson. But enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk from captivity is a right delicate business. A single oversight, just a little blunder, it's all over. You can't leave any room for uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm and beyond a shadow of a doubt that your friends are where you think they are. If you don't want to go risking your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the morbals, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon a drainage pipe going down into the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back to the command tower. If you listen closely, you might be as you can eavesdrop some of what's happening within. Once you know for certain that your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now get going. Godspeed. Okay. Yes, party up, party up. See, you are already level 50. Congrats. I think you were 50 earlier too, though, yeah? Shit. Double shit. That's better. Faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She may as well be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The Elezans gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only to spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Menphilia woman? They say she possesses some mystical power, something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind of the beastmen use. How am I supposed to bloody know? You're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well to try to tumble her. I'd like my head where it is, thank you very much. The break is over. Best we get back to our stations. Ooh. It's good to see you again, Elheim. I've given to understand you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? When Philly and the others are indeed in Castrum Sentry, and their presence thus confirmed that we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Good work, Elheim. As Elfenot already told you, we're plotted out the course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Galamont is looking into ways of procuring a suit of magic armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance on some preparation of my own. And Philly and the others are counting on us, Elheim. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. While Galamont goes about devising his own plan, we need to see to some preparations of our own. It wouldn't do the Imperials or discover that they're short in armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device, and the explanation is likely to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate in a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now, the hillside's cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the self-same energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. And for this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy, so don't be surprised if you run into a few. A few, he says. Just a few. Clearing out the wax in your ears now, because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. Plans to have you enter Castrum Sentry all decked out in Imperial duds, but a disguise is more than just a clothes you're wearing. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know everything about perform a convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, but it's best you learned it from the experts, so give yourself near as you dare to Castrum Sentry and watch the Imperials doing what they do. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Zoning out a little bit here. I was up late last night watching the election stuff. I think the last one we had to climb up on top of it or something like that. Hmm. Okay. There we go. So close to the end. Yeah, the reading's excellent. Here, let's see the numbers. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose, so I pray we don't have to need their power. My thanks, Elna. Did I unequip my XP ring? Did you not give me XP ring? Level 30 and below, so yeah, no, it didn't help anymore. I hadn't helped it for a while, actually. Back over there again. I think I'm gonna call it a night, Minus. I'm just falling asleep, man. Ugh. I think we're only like, what, like 10 quests or so from the final part of the original part of AAR, right? Because we get the Magitech armor, right? There was like another trial in there, I think, and then there's like the Praetorium, something like that. And yeah, we'll finish AR tomorrow. That's my goal for tomorrow. And then we can start doing all the patches between next week. Anyways, I'll be back on at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow with more Final Fantasy XIV. Thanks again for all your help, Minus. You are always a great help with all these streams, and it is appreciated. It's fun to have someone to play with, you know? It's hard to do a game like an MMO if you're going to be solo. Like, it's an MMO. Come on. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating, and I'll see you next time. Bye.